everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I just wanted to do a quick introduction for the video that's coming up today and to apologise to you all. I've been a little bit MIA lately on YouTube and on Instagram. I've been trying to keep up with posts on Instagram as much as possible and also on Facebook, but I haven't been posting as much. Now, it kind of wasn't planned, so I just wanted to let you all know that I'm okay. I wanted to thank all of those of you who have reached out to me to check in and see if I'm doing okay. I will just tell you, it kind of happened when I had my COVID shot, so I didn't have a really bad reaction, but I don't remember the last time I felt so tired. So that happened and I had quite a few days out. And then I had some personal commitments, so it's kind of led to a rather long interval of time away from my social media, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm still here, I'm okay, I'm excited to get back into it. I do have some pre-recorded videos, this being the first of them. I needed to edit them, and so not feeling 100% and then having my other commitments, it just didn't happen. So I'm excited to share them with you now, and I look forward to moving forward and getting back to my crafting because it's been a little while and I'm super excited to start getting busy again. So I just wanted to also let you know with this art journaling that I think I had preconceived ideas as to how often I could do the art journaling. I was kind of thinking every day. I just wanted to let you know that I've reconsidered that. I'm thinking it will just occur when I feel inspired. Watching this video, you'll see that having time to play and experiment and discover was so fun, and I'm super keen to get back into it. But I think in one of my videos, I don't know whether it's one I've posted, I think I do have another one aside from this that I've pre-recorded. I mentioned that I want to do it daily. Well, what I want and what can occur are two very different things. So just wanted to clarify that, but I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun with it. So I hope you enjoy this video. I really had fun just experimenting and learning and discovering colour and what I can do with that. So please keep watching and I'll see you all soon, everybody. Don't go away, videos coming. Hello everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I'm back in my mixed media room and I wanted to play some more with some more jelly prints. Now, I hadn't planned to do this video just yet because we've not long finished a video using the jelly plate, but we're coming into some cooler weather here and this room does get cooler, so I decided I would do this now. I have just spent the last, I think, 20 minutes shuffling things around on my desk, trying to find the best possible place for my camera to be set up and to avoid the light reflection on the jelly plate. I'm hoping I found the sweet spot. So around me I have my paints in front of me, and I have some mark making things, and I have my drawing box and some papers on my right. Now it's quite spread out, so I'm hoping this works okay. And I really have no idea where I want to go with this. I just know that I want to try making some more jelly prints and playing with mark making. The other thing that I've done is I filled this little container here. I've got this aloe vera gel. I went looking for an aloe vera gel. Say that 3 times fast. I went looking for an aloe vera gel that wasn't coloured, and unfortunately when it's in the packaging it's really hard to tell. This was purchased from my local pharmacy, so it does have some green colouring in it. Now I'm going to add a little bit more, I think, and I'll bring it to the camera to show you how much I've popped in there. This is an experiment. I have no idea if this will work. It's an idea that I've had and I've been really excited to come in here and try. So this to the camera. So you can see there it's probably between I don't know, 5 and 10 mil deep maybe. See if I can measure it for you all. The problem is once you tip it sideways so that you can measure, it starts to shift, but I'll see how I go. So at its highest point it's roughly 1/2 inch. Just over 1 centimetre high, roughly. That'll give you a slight indication. It's not a very wide bottle. I will tell you it is a measuring off camera, sorry. It's about 1.5 inches round. Okay, so to that I'm going to add a little bit of glycerine. I feel like the mad scientist. And I just want enough to make this a little more fluid. So my idea is that the aloe vera will add the thickness and then the glycerine will thin it down. I'm wanting to use this with my jelly plate, and the effect that I'm hoping to get is, you know when you see water on a windscreen or water on a window and you look through to see what's behind and you get that real waterly effect? That's kind of what I'm aiming to achieve with this mix. Now I have no idea if it will work, and I've considered doing this off camera. This was a new bottle of glycerine, by the way, so I'm really just looking at consistency as far as spreadability is concerned. Getting close to the consistency that I'm after, I think. So I'm almost going halfway up this little container. And I think I could almost do a half actually. Okay. So I now have filled it to roughly halfway up the bottle, and I'm going to call that good, I think. Again, have no idea if this will work. Okay, now I don't think I want to add anything to that just now. So just going to pop the lid on it until I'm ready to use it. I do want to, I was going to say get cooking. I kind of want to, if you like, bake in my jelly plate, so, or cook in my jelly plate. So I just want to pull a few prints. Now I had lots of fun in my last session doing prints that were using these much bolder colors that I have here. They're colors, paints I've had for a really long time, and I tend to steer away from them. So I do have our last, this was my rolling off paper, and I have our prints here, and I did figure out that less is more. So the less paint I have on my jelly plate, the more I like them. These were my first two prints, and you can see there's a lot more paint on those. So I'm going to work with that theory again, the less is more. And I just want to start. Okay, so, whoa, and that's coming out super fast. I do have, so a little bit of purple, and like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I had this gold here, which I really, really liked. thinking? Oh, this is steering into a danger zone for me. This actually hasn't been opened. That's how bright it is for me now. It's funny, actually, when I first bought these paints, I loved these colours, like, so much. And it's funny how my style has changed over the years. Probably more so in the last, I'd say 5 years or so. Maybe a little bit more than that. I've gone from the very, very bright to the exact opposite in my taste and styling when I work. So, okay, so let's see how these go. And I do need a rolling paper. I think I could have a desk that is twice this size when I'm working and it still wouldn't be big enough. I had a giggle to myself earlier when I was prepping. I was like, I just need a desk that goes all the way around my room and I stand in the middle, and then maybe I would be good to go. I would have the room that I feel like I need. Okay. So I really just want to work in my jelly plate a little bit. And still using this same cover sheet. Hoping I get that lovely thin application that I fell in love with last time. Still building up colours. Oh, that is bright, that pink. Gosh. Gosh, 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 gosh. That's actually really pretty though. Those colours are a pretty combination. Okay, so I'm going to... I've got so many papers in that little tray. Kind of going with the same colours, I think. I really want to work with my little concoction over here, so I'm going to try those same colours. And we will do a pull using... Where did my gold go? Fallen down. So again, these paints are all different brands. They're mostly brands that I've picked up over the years. This is a Hunter Studio. The purple that I used is a Pebeo or Pebeo, I'm not quite sure. The same with the pink, I believe. Whoops, when I find it, here we go. No, this is a Renoir. And I think you'll find I just picked them up in my local art and craft supply store at different times. Okay, going in with this really bright pink again. Okay, now my aim, no idea if this is going to work. Just want to splotch a little bit of this concoction Okay. Pop the lid back on for now. And I'm going to come in and roll that over. I'm thinking it could be a little bit thicker. So I want that to sit for a moment and dry. Oh, and I can see it's doing what I was hoping it would do. It's kind of splitting the paint as if the water was sitting on there. This is working really well over here. I can't see it as much with the pink, but I'm really excited about that. And so I'm going to let that dry just a little bit longer, I think. And I'm thinking maybe a little white over the top, or even a little bit of the yellow perhaps might tone it down a little bit. I'm thinking, I don't know which way to go. I don't want a lot. So that's the Pebeo brand. I don't think I've left it to dry long enough. Maybe I need a drying agent like an alcohol or something in it. I do like that watery effect that it's giving though. I'm going to leave that sit for a moment again before I pull that print. Just fanning it to try and help it dry a little bit. I don't know how this is going to go. We will see. Well, I like the way it's, oh look at this is really pretty. I do like the way it's, I was going to say muted, it hasn't really muted them, it's kind of given them a watery effect. I have got a little bit of movement in the paint from the way I've turned the page around, I think, as I've pulled it, which is kind of fun. It's kind of a little bit of texture. I don't know whether it will dry like that though. The other thing is I don't know how it will dry because I haven't tried this before, so I don't know how the gelatin and aloe vera will go drying with the paint once it's left to sit. So I'd like to go over that with another colour. I'm just wondering, I feel like it needs a neutral that going to be too dark? Okay, this is a pretty colour. What's this? This is a skin tone. In the Renoir. It's a little bit older, so it's a little bit thicker. So I might add a little white with that too, I think. I'm loving these. All the marks on the gel plate, I'm hoping they don't lift when I add this paint over the top. My skin tone paint is very thick. Taking my excess off, turn that around. The scratching is coming from my roller. I don't know where. There's a marker on there somewhere that's leaving that scratchy edge. Usually comes from the edges here, I find. I still cannot feel anything. I was just touching my roller. I'm interested to know, it gives the paint a slightly tacky feel, I think, the mixture that I've made, but I'll just have to wait and see how it dries. Oops. Oh dear. That wasn't meant to happen. I honestly don't think the marks have stayed on my plate. I think that the additional paint has blended it all, but I'll wait and see. Well, that's really pretty though. Oh yes, so the marks haven't stayed, but I really, really love that paper. That's really fun. Okay, much softer than the first pull, which I love. So I need to remember to cut back on the amount of paint that I'm putting on here. I'd really like a lime green, but not so bright. And so I pull out the iridescent green yellow. Or a grass green. I don't know. I'm going to go with the iridescent. There's something about... I might use a little of this yellow again. Or maybe I can do the bright yellow. So this is called primary yellow in the Pibio. Probably put way too much on there. I have opened this already. Oops. My roller stuck to my roll of paper then. Okay, so this is super bright again. But it's quite a light application, so I feel like I might really like it. I don't know if I've lost the green though. It's really bizarre to be working with really bright colours. Anybody who's been watching my channel for a while knows that I tend to steer towards the vintage tones and neutrals, so but with that lighter application, wow, I love that. There's little hints of the green in there. Okay, I really love that. Okay. Do you know what? The yellow and the orange. I know I don't, orange is not my thing, but these are all for my art journaling, in case I didn't mention that at the beginning. And it's a new venture for me, something I haven't done before with the art journaling, and I really want to push my boundaries as far as creating. So that's why I'm using the brighter paints and trying not to tone them down too much, because I want to work with that. I want to work with brighter colours in my art journal and see exactly what I can do with them. Perhaps, you know, push my boundaries a little bit. I need to not leave that roller on my rolling off paper. Sorry about my squeaky chair. It's actually a stool and it winds up and down, and I find it really handy in my craft space, and I don't really notice the squeaking until I'm videoing with you all, so I do apologise for that. Okay. It's funny, I have all of these different papers there to use, and I keep going for the white paper because I just want to see what the pull looks like as is without the effects of different paper. So playing with different paper might be something I need to do on my own perhaps, or maybe I'll do it in another video and I'll just set myself that boundary. The first thing I'm noticing with this pull is that I've got little rectangles in here, and I have no idea where that came from, but it's kind of fun. It's a very orange page, but I like it. I'm kind of liking where this is right now too, so I think I might get another roller paper. Goodness me, I need more space, more space, more space. Turn that around. Okay, what next? What's this blue? A dark blue. What would I like to see with the dark blue? So it's the Hunter Studio brand. Oh, I have this silver here. I'm hoping it's okay. It's the same brand paint. Hasn't been opened. Don't know whether it's going to be any good. It's very thick. I'm not liking the look of it. It's kind of fun texture though. Look at that. I think it will get lost with the blue, but it's a pretty blue actually. When I just rolled that off, I got a glimpse at the colour. Don't know if you can see that in camera. Oh, wow. Now that is pretty. I was hoping it would pick up some of that orange off the board and off the plate, and it really has. And that silver paint has added quite the shimmer on there. I'm surprised by that. So that means I can still use it. That's exciting. So this is more the true colour, I feel, and the other blues are with the silver over the top. Hoping you can see that gorgeous shimmer. And I really love the lines that I'm getting from my roller. A lot of people wouldn't, but I love that added detail of texture. So I'm like, what is this? Iridescent red blue. I have a feeling this won't be opened. Oh, it is. Oh, goodness. So I might team that with that really pretty dark blue that we just used. And I'm going to put that on this. This is so bright. And I might do that silver again, I think. So if I put both of these down here, oh, that was a lot of blue. It's taking some getting used to doing this really, really tiny amount of paint on my gel plate, I will say. Okay, so I'm going to roll some of that off. Getting down to a thinner layer. and that's about where I want it. So I had all of that excess paint on there. Oh, that's pretty. Wow. I'm starting to build up some colours, I feel. Oh, and I've got some pretty colours on there still. So I kind of want to stick to those colour tones. So the iridescent pink again, or was it iridescent red? Iridescent red blue. I'm going to do a little bit of the dark blue. Much better application there. Even if I do say so myself, I want a little bit of the silver. I love that even though it's gone quite thick, that I'm still able to use it. That makes me really happy. And do I want another colour? Oh, I'm going to be brave and use the orange. I don't know about this, but okay, let's do this. I'm starting with the silver. Okay. Just getting some more paper out. I'm all thumbs. This is just normal copy paper. Nothing fancy about it at all. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I've achieved that with those really bright colours, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with the silver paint over the top. And it's interesting because I've always said I don't like shine in my journals. It doesn't it didn't represent vintage to me, but I'm coming to realize that in this application it gives it kind of a jewel tone, and for me that really works. Oh my gosh, I just want to play with all the colors. So you can see the difference here by adding that orange. Wow. Okay, let's play. Silver everything at this stage. A little bit of silver, and I'm thinking a little bit of orange. I know. I hope you're all sitting down and holding your hats for this. A little bit of the bright yellow. This is what my art journaling was all about, was just playing and discovering and learning. So at the moment I'm learning about colours. I feel like I'd like to go in with a blue, but then I'm wondering about a red. Okay, let's play with this crimson red. This is an Expert's Magador, I think the brand is. Oh, this hasn't been used for quite some time. Again, because red, being a bolder colour, has not been my go-to. Okay, so in with the silver. Wow, this is really bright. So I'm rolling off my excess. Just want to see if I can drop that back a little bit. Okay, let's try this. Just like I'm either going to love it or I'm not. I feel like all I can see at the moment are the red. Is the red paint? Which, when you're mixing it with yellow and orange, I suppose kind of makes sense because they are less dominant colours. Wow, now that's red. Okay, I have kind of lost my orange and yellow, but I really love that. It's almost a black, which I'm guessing has come from the silver. I don't know, or maybe it's a combination of the paints with the paint that was already on there. But there's a visual depth for me that I really love. Okay. So, just wondering, I think the gold and the silver are the only metallic colours that I have in my collection. I do have glitter, but I'm not, I've got a gold and a silver glitter paint. I'm not really sure I'm ready to cross that boundary yet. So let's be bold and try a blue and a green. Oh, this one has definitely not been opened. This is an ultramarine blue. Have you, no, you're still very much closed, and I don't know how to open you. Have I opened you? It looks like I have. If I just tape the lid closed, maybe I have. Nothing like fooling yourself. I have no idea why I did that. Okay, this looks like it's on the runny side. So what did I say? Blue and this one's separating. I don't know about this. It's not looking terribly good. I just want to squish it all back into place, but I don't think it would let me. I don't know. Do I try? Kind of had success with other paints that weren't faring so well, so kind of thinking, well, why not? One way to chest. Yeah, it's definitely on the water side. I'd like it to dry like that. I love that look. Ooh. Well, hello. I'm going to pull that as is. I can pick up my piece of paper before it dries. Hold on to your hats, folks. I have high hopes for this. I'm hoping it works. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. Yay for trying watery paint. This is almost like, it's reminding me a little bit of crystals. Oh my goodness. Wow. I adore that pull. Oh my gosh. Right, what to do next? Where is that paint? Let's try that again. I'm going to cover my plate with just this watery paint with a little bit of the colour. My mind's in overdrive now. I may need a little bit more. Okay, so I'd really like to go in with a yellow, but I feel like, oh, let's. I'm going to pop it on my roller. Okay. It's a really fun frame. It's very big though. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That is so interesting. So if any of you have paints out there that are watery and separating, and you have a gel plate, think twice about throwing them out, because look at that. I don't know, there's something about, and I don't know whether it's because I started with the blue and green. Oh my gosh, they're pretty together. Look at that. It's kind of reminding me of Under the Sea. Ah, that made me so happy. It took me a lot to set up for today's video, and I grabbed for the green straight away. And I kind of almost didn't start playing today. I was almost going to just leave it set up and come back tomorrow. Just need to check that. And I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I came out today. And it's taking me back to what I've said just recently, that playing on my Gelli plate and realizing that it's the lighter application of paint that I prefer that's kind of led me to this. So that's exciting too. Okay. So you can see I've ended up with lumpy bits that have ended up on my roller. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go in with the orange. So when I looked at the other two and I saw Under the Ocean, I started to think about, I really want to wipe that off. I started to think about coral for some reason. So that's why I'm choosing, I sort of visualized an orangey red coral. So let's try the orange. I feel like I'm painting an underwater abstract. Underwater watercolor abstract. Okay. Do I have two? I do. Wow. I love it. Okay, so what I'm wondering is if I want the same effect with the different colours. So not that. I've got just some distilled water in here, and thinking about the fact that that paint was very fluid, going to add the water and add some paint. Whoops, too much. So this is steering towards all those people who have new fresh paints who, unlike me, have left their paints to sit for a million years. So I have too much water on here, I've decided. I need some paper towel. So instead of the water, maybe I need a little bit of glycerin and water. Okay, so let's just try. We've got the paint on here. Just adding a little dollop. I feel like it needs to help, something needs to help the paint set slightly. I think I still have too much water on here though. Taking a little bit of that excess. Okay, so I want I'm going to go in with the yellow, I think. I don't know that this is going to work as well, but we will see. No, I think it's just going to mix. So the difference is that whatever liquid ends up in the paint, oh, maybe it will a little bit. Maybe I need to add glycerin and not water. Try that. So you can see it's kind of seeped into the paper. It's a better print than I thought it would be, actually. It's given me some of that almost splotchy effect. There's areas on the edges that are going to take some time to dry, but I really love that grunge that it's formed. Okay, it's all about experimenting. Just wipe my hands. Okay, speaking of experimenting, I have my aloe vera and glycerin mix. So I'm adding a little bit of that. And I just want to wipe my roller because I feel like it's a little bit wet. So just covering my plate with that. And then this is a transparent paint. So I really love what that's doing there actually. So this is a PBO transparent vermilion. Just letting that dry a little bit. I find the more it dries, the more I get this. It's kind of like a webbing. That's what it reminds me of. So I haven't ended up with as much using that aloe and glycerin mix. We'll see how it pulls. The other thing is, I haven't tried this before, so disclaimer, I have no idea whether those products are any good for the jelly plate. I also don't know how they will go drying, whether they will dry okay, whether they will be tacky. Gosh, look at that. I want to try that again. So yes, if you go ahead and you try something like this, please be aware that I'm just experimenting with what I have, and I cannot guarantee that it won't affect your jelly plate, and that's a risk that I'm taking with mine. So okay, so I'm going to go in with this red, which is the Hunter Studio red, just plain old red. And I'm going to go in with a little yellow. Not too much. So this is the PBO primary yellow. And I don't know that I had enough. That's okay. Do I want to use that? So this is just some packaging foam. And I'm just stamping that off onto another sheet of paper. So this is what I've ended up with. And I want to go over that with a black. Nope, that's not black. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that's another glitter paint. So I have 3 glitter paints. That's a burnt umber. Where did my black go? Any bigger and it would have jumped up and bitten me. And I just saw how long I've been videoing for, so I probably need to stop now. And I cannot guarantee that I won't do any without you. I'm sorry, because I really want to do more. So I didn't do any more after my last session. Wow, I love this. I haven't even seen it and I love it. I don't play with black anywhere near enough. Okay, I'm going to call that done. It's not exactly even, but the webbing that gave. I hope you can see that. You can see it on the jelly plate. Wow. That's really pretty. Very unusual, very different for me, but I like it. I need to play with that some more. I need to play with the brighter colours and the black, I think. So I'd like to clean this up. I love this texture around the outside. What do I want to clean that up with? Maybe a little gold. And I'm thinking a little purple with those colours would be fun. So this is the Renoir. I have some dry paint. I thought I'd use this one, but I haven't, obviously. Will it come out? Yes, it will. So it looks a little like my green paint, except without the water. It's a little bit dried up. I'm going to leave the blotches there. that's picked up that texture. That is so, so fun. Okay. Oh wow, this is so pretty. Oh gosh. Wow. I love that there's splotchy paint in there. I'm loving that texture that's given. So I'm going to call this video done now. We've got some beautiful papers here. All sitting aside drying. Gosh, we did a few actually. Don't remember where I started. Okay, so these are our papers, I think, that we created today. Getting stuck. Not good, not good. See if I can situate them better so I can show you. Okay, so we've experimented a little with some brighter colours, with some different paint application, not as much as I was hoping to, so I've still got more I want to try. That was my roll-off. This is my other roll-off here. It's much darker. Lots of black paint on this one. I think blacks and blues. Getting to the jewel tones that we created, which I absolutely love. Still finding that very bright. That'll be interesting to work with. And then our more watery effects, which I love that. Oh my goodness. Definitely need to try playing with that some more. This was our DIY waterly attempt. My dark and grungy. And then my final pool print. So I hope you've had as much fun as I have watching these papers come together. I really, really love them. I've loved getting to know my paints some more and realizing that I can pull prints like this, which are more in my colored tones, from a really bright paint. And so that in itself, I feel like, has been a really valuable lesson in today's Gelli print session. And I'm so glad I came out here to do these. So I'm going to pop those aside to finish off drying. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I've had lots of fun and I cannot wait to play in our art journal. So thank you so much for joining me, and please everybody, stay safe, stay inspired, and happy crafting. Get out there and have a little play with your supplies. You never know what you'll discover. I'll see you all soon, everybody. Bye for now.